Hello students, welcome to the biology online class. Today we will discuss about chapter 2, that is microorganisms. So already we have learned about different types of useful and harmful microorganisms. Today we will learn about some common human diseases which are caused by microorganisms. In this table I have given you the name of some human diseases and they are causative microorganisms. We have also mentioned that how those diseases are transmitted from that is infected person to a healthy person. So now we will learn about this. First of all, tuberculosis. This is a disease which are caused by bacteria and the mode of transmission is air. Next disease is measles, which is spread by virus and the mode of transmission takes place by air also. Chicken pox, which is caused by virus, they can be transmitted by air or direct contact. Polio, this disease is spread by a microorganism, that is a virus, and that is spread by air or water. For these diseases, the patient should be kept in complete isolation. The personal belongings of the patient should be kept away from the others. Vaccination should be done at the suitable age. Next disease, that is cholera. It is caused by bacteria and is transmitted by water or food. Typhoid is another disease which is caused by bacteria and can be transmitted by water. For this disease, the general preventive measures are maintain personal hygiene and good sanitary habits, eat properly cooked food, drink clean and boiled drinking water, vaccination should be done. The next type of disease is hepatitis B, which is caused by virus and can be transmitted by water. To prevent from this disease, we should drink clean and boiled drinking water. Vaccination should be done for it. Next disease is malaria, which is caused by protozoa, and this disease can be spread by the mosquito bite. I have already told that the female Anopheles mosquito spread the malaria disease. So for this disease, the preventive measures are, first of all, do not allow water to collect in surroundings to prevent breeding of mosquitoes. Spray insecticides in homes to kill mosquitoes. Put fine wire mesh on doors and windows to prevent mosquitoes from entering into house. Use mosquito nets over beds for sleeping. Use mosquito repellent cream and devices. Now, children, not only the human beings are suffered from the disease which are caused by the microorganisms. Our domestic animals also suffer from the diseases which are caused by different microorganisms. Some of the examples of diseases which are caused in animals by the microorganisms are foot and mouth disease, anthrax and aspergillosis. Foot and mouth disease of animal is caused by a virus, that means the causative microorganisms of foot and mouth disease is virus. The cattle suffering from this disease get blisters on feet and mouth. Anthrax is a dangerous disease of animals which is caused by a bacteria. The causative microorganisms of anthrax disease is a bacterium which is known as Bacillus anthracis. The bacterium Bacillus anthracis, which causes anthrax disease in animals, was discovered by Robert Koch in 1876. Aspergillosis is a disease of animals which is caused by a fungus. So we can say that is the causative microorganisms of aspergillosis is a fungus. Besides the animals, there are some plant diseases also which are caused by microorganisms. Some of the common plant diseases caused by microorganisms are rust of wheat, citrus canker, and yellow vein mosaic of okra. Okra is also known as bhindi. The plant disease called rust of wheat is caused by fungi. The rust of wheat disease is transmitted through air and seeds. This means that the modes of transmission of the rust of wheat are air and seeds. As the name suggests, the rust of wheat disease occurs in wheat plants. The plant disease called citrus canker is caused by bacteria. The citrus canker disease is transmitted through air. As the name suggests, the citrus canker disease occurs in citrus trees such as those of lemon, lime, orange, etc. The plant disease called yellow vein mosaic of bhindi or okra is caused by a virus. The yellow vein mosaic of bhindi disease is transmitted through insects. Thus, we can say that the mode of transmission of yellow vein mosaic of bhindi disease is insect. The diseases of plant caused by microorganisms reduce the yield and quality of various crops. The plant diseases can be controlled by the use of certain chemicals which kill the disease causing microorganisms. Now we will discuss about food poisoning and preservation of food. If the food is not covered properly, stored properly or preserved properly, then it gets spoiled by the action of microorganisms on it. Microorganisms that grow on our food sometimes produce toxic substances or poisonous substances. The food spoiled in this manner starts giving foul smell and bad taste. Its color may also change. If such a food is eaten, it will lead to food poisoning. The disease caused due to the presence of a large number of microorganisms in the food or due to the presence of toxic substances in food formed by the action of microorganisms is called food poisoning. In other words, we can say that food poisoning is an acute illness usually of sudden onset brought about by eating contaminated or poisonous food. The symptoms normally include abdominal pain, diarrhea, nausea, vomiting and fever. It may be caused by bacteria or their toxins, chemicals including metals, plants or fish, viruses or mycotoxins. The microorganisms like bacteria and fungi which cause food poisoning come into food from the air, dirty hands, unclean food containers, flies, cockroaches, insects, rats or sick farm animals. The two most common examples of bacteria which cause food poisonings are bacteria Salmonella and bacteria Clostridium botulinum. An example of fungus which causes food poisoning is Aspergillus. The spoiling of food is a chemical change. The major symptoms of food poisoning are vomiting, diarrhea or loose motions, pain in abdomen, headache, fever, etc. Besides this, loss of appetite may also take place. It is very much serious for infants, invalids, pregnant women and elderly. Food poisoning can cause serious illness and even death. Food is very precious material. It should not be allowed to get spoiled, become useless and cause food poisoning, etc. We should preserve food to prevent it from getting spoiled. Now we will learn about preservation of food. The food materials like milk, fruit, vegetables, meat, fish and cooked food etc. get spoiled easily. This is because they contain a lot of water, due to which the food spoiling microorganisms can grow in them easily. We can prevent the spoilage and contamination of easily spoilable food materials like milk, fruits, vegetables, meat, fish and cooked food etc. by proper methods of food preservation. The process in which the food materials are given in a suitable physical or chemical treatment to prevent their spoilage is known as food preservation. Some of the methods for preserving food are sun drying, heating, cooling or refrigeration, deep freezing, addition of common salt, addition of sugar, addition of mustard oil and vinegar, use of special chemical preservatives such as sodium beta bisulfite, sodium benzoate and citric acid, pasteurization and packing food in airtight packets. The methods to be used for preserving a particular food material depends on the nature of the food material. Different types of foods are preserved by using different methods of preservation. Now we will learn about the different methods of preservation one by one. First we will discuss about preservation of food by sun drying. Drying means removal of water from food materials which are to be preserved. Sun drying reduces the water content of food materials and makes them dry. In the absence of moisture, the food does not get spoiled because the microorganisms which spoil food do not grow in dry food. The vegetables like spinach, methi leaves, cauliflower, peas are preserved in our homes by the sun drying method. These dried vegetables can be stored safely for a long time and used whenever required. Grapes are preserved by drying to make resin, which is commonly known as kishmish. The next ways to preserve the food is the preservation of food by heating. Heating kills many microorganisms and prevents the food from spoilage. So, some foods can be preserved just by heating. For example, we boil milk to prevent it from spoilage. When we heat the milk during boiling, then the food spoiling bacteria present in it get killed. So, the boiled milk remain good for a longer time. It does not get sour quickly. Preservation of food can be done by cooling or refrigeration. Low temperature inhibits the growth of microorganisms, so the food spoiling bacteria do not grow and multiply in cold conditions. That means having low temperature. Thus, when food is kept in a cold place like refrigerator, then the food does not get spoiled easily. It remains fresh for a much longer period. The food materials like milk, dough or flour, cooked food like cooked vegetables and pulses, and fresh fruits and vegetables are kept in a cool place like refrigerator to prevent their spoilage. Preservation of food by deep freezing. Preservation of food by deep freezing means preservation of food by excessive cold, that means at temperature much below 0 degrees Celsius. Deep freezing of food can be done by placing it in the freezer compartment of our refrigerator or in special deep freeze refrigerators. When the food is kept in a deep freezer, whose temperature is much below 0 degree Celsius, the food gets frozen. At the very low temperature in deep freezer, the growth of food spoiling microorganism is prevented completely. Due to this, the frozen food remains unspoiled and fresh for long periods. Thus, food can be frozen in deep freezers and kept fresh even for months. This frozen food can be cooked and eaten whenever needed. Deep freezing method is used for the preservation of foods like meat, fish and their products, fruits and vegetables. Preservation of food by common salt. Common salt prevents the growth of food spoiling microorganisms, due to which it is used to preserve a number of food materials. Common salt has been used to preserve meat and fish for ages. Meat and fish are covered with dry salt to prevent the growth of bacteria. Such meat and fish do not get spoiled easily. They remain good for a long time. Common salt is also used to preserve fruits such as raw mangoes, lemon and amla in the form of their pickles, and tamarind in the form of chutney. Common salt does not allow bacteria or fungus to grow on fruits and vegetables preserved in it. For example, if ripe mangoes are kept as such for some time, they rot and get spoiled. But the raw mangoes preserved by using common salt in the form of pickle do not get spoiled for a long time. Now we'll discuss about preservation of food by sugar. Sugar is used as a preservative in making jams and jellies from fruits. Sugar reduces the moisture content from the fruits, which inhibits the growth of microorganisms like bacteria, which spoil the fruits. The fruits which are prevented in the form of jams and jellies by using sugar as preservative are apple, ripe mango, orange, strawberry, pineapple and guava, etc. The fruits preserved in the form of food materials like jams and jellies can be stored safely for a considerable time and used later. Preservation of food by mustard oil and vinegar. Mustard oil and vinegar are widely used as preservatives for the preservation of fruits and vegetables in the form of pickles. The use of mustard oil or vinegar prevents the spoilage of fruits and vegetables because food spoiling bacteria cannot live in such an environment. Some of the fruits and vegetables which can be spoiled easily are prevented in the form of their pickles by using mustard oil or vinegar. Mustard oil and vinegars are used as preservatives for preserving fruits such as raw mango, amla, lemon, etc. in the form of their pickles. Now we'll discuss about preservation of food by using special chemicals which is known as preservatives. The three special chemicals which are used as preservatives in the preservation of food are sodium metabisulfite, sodium benzoate and citric acid. Sodium metabisulfite and sodium benzoate are used to preserve foods such as jams, jellies, juices and squashes so as to save them from spoilage. And citric acid is used as a preservative in confectionery, that means to preserve the sweets. These special chemicals kill the food poisoning bacteria, but they do not harm us. Preservation of food by pasteurization. The method of pasteurization is first described by a French scientist named Louis Pasteur. This method is called pasteurization after his name. The method of pasteurization is used for the preservation of milk in big milk dairies, and it involves the process of heating followed by quick cooling. Milk is preserved by the method of pasteurization as follows. First, the milk is heated to up to 70 degrees Celsius for 15 to 13 seconds to kill most of the bacteria present in it. Next, this hot milk is cooled very quickly to a low temperature to prevent any remaining bacteria from growing further. And then this milk is stored in cold Pasteurized milk can be consumed without boiling because it is free from harmful microorganisms. The milk that comes in packets also does not get spoiled for a fairly long time. This is because it is pasteurized milk. Now we will discuss about preservation of food by packing food in airtight packets. Nowadays, dry fruits and even vegetables are also sold in sealed airtight packet to prevent the attack of microorganisms on them. This helps the dry fruits and vegetables to remain unspoiled for a longer time. So children, today we have learned about the different methods of food preservation, and also we have learned about some disease causing microorganisms of human beings, animals and plants. Please read the topic from your book, and if you have any doubt you can ask about your doubt in the live class. Thank you children. Stay safe and healthy.